Hi boys and girls, today's lesson is all about something called apostrophes. Now, we're specifically going to look at something called apostrophes for contractions. We've set 2 pages for you to do today. It's page 58 and 59 of your Collins books. There are quite a lot of different apostrophe contractions on the 2 pages. So what I've done is I've created a little help sheet with all the different apostrophes that you're going to come across today. And you might say to yourself, what is an apostrophe? I've never heard of this before. You have come across apostrophes before. You probably use it every single day in your speech, and you've definitely come across apostrophes in your reading books in school. What does an apostrophe do? Well, an apostrophe contracts or merges together 2 or more words so that it becomes one, and that's the word contraction. If you look at was not here, an apostrophe, which is this little symbol here, contracts the 2 words into one word and it becomes wasn't. Now you might say to yourself, oh, the apostrophe looks like a comma. Yes, it does look like a comma, but it's slightly different in where it's placed. A comma is usually placed after a word and at the bottom. But an apostrophe is placed near the top of the word, and it actually comes in between 2 letters here. Okay, now let's look at the word was not and the word wasn't and see what the apostrophe does. Well, here's the word was and not. I can see the word was. There it is there. Was. And I can see the N of the word not and T of the word not. But where did the O go? Well, the apostrophe here takes the place of the O. So was not becomes wasn't. Let's look at another one. Let's look at would not. Here's would not. Would not. Here we have the word wouldn't. I can see would. Would. And I can see the N of not and the T of not. But there's no O. The apostrophe takes the place of the O and merges the 2 words into one. It contracts the 2 words together. So would not becomes wouldn't. Let's do another one. Let's see. Let's go for I will. Now the apostrophe doesn't just take the place of one letter. It can take the place of more letters, and we're going to see this now. So I have the word I will. I can see the I, and I can see the double L for will, but I'm missing 2 letters this time. I don't have my W, or I don't have my I. The apostrophe can also take the place of 2 letters. In fact, it can take the place of more letters. Let's do one more. Let's see. Okay, let's have a go at we have. Here we have, and it becomes we've. I can see W-E for we, and the V-E of have. But I don't have my H and A. And that's because the apostrophe takes the letters H and A out and joins the 2 words we have into we've. Now, there are a couple of little exceptions here, some that might trip you up, and this is one of them, will not. You can see that you have will and not, but you only have a W of the will. The O, you have an N and a T without the O in the middle. This is an unusual one because you don't have the ill part, the ILL, and the O seems to have swapped place over to here. This is an unusual one. All you have to do is practice, and the more you practice coming across it, the better you'll get at recognising it. So will not becomes won't. I'm going to go through the rest of them. Could not becomes couldn't. Should not becomes shouldn't. Cannot becomes can't. Did not becomes didn't. They are becomes there. And you've come across that in a previous lesson when we were going over there for location, there for possession. and then there for they are. Okay, so we have come across that in the previous lesson. He is becomes he's, or you could have she is, and that becomes she's. I have becomes I've, and it is becomes it's. We're going to do a bit of practice now with some contractions at the bottom of this page. Again, you can pause the video at any point and have a go at doing it yourself. So, what does was not become? Where did I put my apostrophe? It's going to become one word. What letter did I leave out? And where did I put the apostrophe? Was not becomes wasn't. WASN apostrophe T. And I've left out the O. Did not. You can pause the video. What does did not become? Did not becomes didn't. Did, N apostrophe T. And I'm leaving out the O. Okay. I have. Now what does I have become? It becomes I've. You can pause the video at any time. I'm going to put an apostrophe here, and I'm going to leave out the H and A. I'm going to put VE, I've. What about could not? Could not becomes couldn't. Could. With your N, leave out your O, the apostrophe will take its place, and end it with a T. Couldn't. Right. To get a bit more practice with that, I'll give you a quiz on that on Purple Mash. The main task, though, is to complete pages 58 and 59. Page 58 is easy peasy, straightforward. You have an apostrophe word search here to have a go at. Now, let's look at page 59. And here you come across a paragraph of writing, and you have to fit some of these words with an apostrophe into the spaces. Now, what I would do is I would read each sentence as you go along and put a word in the gap and see which one makes sense. Ask yourself, does that sound right? And if you're not sure, put something in and go on, and then you can sort of tick off the ones that you've already done and read the whole paragraph as a whole. And see, does everything make sense? Okay, really think about it. I went to the park yesterday, but I something play on the swings. But I wasn't play on the swings. Doesn't sound right. But I didn't play on the swings. That sounds okay. But I've play on the swings. Nope, doesn't sound right. But I can't play on the swings. Okay. But it's play on the swings. But I'll play on the swings. No, they don't sound right. Two words that you probably could have there is didn't and can't, but you might have to read on, take the whole sentence in, read it out again, and just ponder which one it is. Maybe even carry on, do the rest of them, and it might make more sense to you as well. If you go on to the bottom of the page, you have to write your own sentences using contractions. Again, why don't you use this little help sheet to help you? I'm wondering if you could maybe think of a sentence with even 2 apostrophe contractions in it, but that's going to be up to you. Okay, boys and girls, have fun.